Okay, so special request for a fan group member. She has a Janome, and she has a Mac, and she has Embrilliance. And she wants to know if she gets a pattern from somewhere out in the world that is not oriented correctly for her Janome, because we all know Janomes are special, how she goes about turning it. So I have got the 5x7 Marvelous zip file already downloaded, and I've unzipped it. So if you have a Windows machine instead of a Mac, this should probably work for you. If you have a different software besides Embrilliance Essentials, the locations of the menus are probably going to be different, but the concept is still the same. So what you would do is you would download your pattern file, and then you would come into the pattern file and you would find the JEF. And I am really hoping that you guys can see this. Okay, so you'd open the JEF, open with Embrilliance or your software. There you go. You can see that we are not in the correct orientation. Janomes, even if you've got a Janome that will do a 5x7 pattern, has to be in the portrait landscape, that's up and down, rather than the landscape, because you can't even load it into the machine to turn it. You have to have it already turned on some Janome models. So the first thing you're gonna do is you are gonna select the entire pattern. And right here on the very first screen for Embrilliance are two little arrows. Do you see those guys right there? One turns counterclockwise, rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. The other one is rotate clockwise. You can rotate it either way. So we're gonna rotate it this way. Now, that gets the pattern in the right orientation, but you'll notice that our frame, our hoop, is in the wrong orientation. So still on that same pattern, you'll come over to Embrilliance, Preferences, and it's gonna pull up your hoops. You want to find the 5x7 hoop, which is 130 by 180, and you want it in the portrait orientation, and you'll hit apply. Okay. And there you go. You might want to go ahead and highlight it again and come to Utility, Center in Hoop to make sure that it is perfectly aligned. Then we'll come over here to File, and I am going to save this stitch file as Marvelous Portrait, and I'm going to save it as a .jef. Save. Now, if I close out of all of this and come over here, this is my new file. I tell it always to put stuff on my desktop so I can find it again. Open it up. There you go. It's in the perfect orientation, and you should be able to move this .jef file directly onto a USB thumb drive, load it into your machine, and it'll have no problem reading it. I hope I didn't go too fast. If you have questions, let me know. Peace out.